All right, so you want to learn how to write some Facebook ads for a health and fitness business? Yo, you are in the right place. I'm on my computer. I'm going to walk you through, at least quickly, my RAC method, which is something that we give all of our clients. And I think this will give you a really good perspective on how to write ads that convert. I'm getting blinded by the sun here, so I apologize if you, well, I don't apologize. It's just, it is what it is. Guys, Yuri Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur, and we help health practitioners and coaches grow very successful. And when I say very successful, I mean 6, 7, and 8-figure virtual practices without the grind. 100% of our clients rely on Facebook ads, and specifically a perfect client pipeline to get clients and drive their business forward. If you don't know what that is, click the link in the description below once this video is done to watch the free training, and I'll walk you through exactly what it's all about. But here, let's talk about your Facebook ads. You see, it's really, now listen, I've been online since 2005. If you've been following me, you kind of know that. And I've done a lot of stuff. I'm talking about everything from content marketing, like our blog got 1.4 million visitors a month. You can see behind me somewhere on the wall a plaque from YouTube. So we grew that channel to 300,000. So I've done all the content marketing stuff. And what I'm sharing with you here is the complete opposite of that. It's Facebook ads, and I love Facebook ads. We've had 6 years now, every single week, of positive ROI on our Facebook ads, so I know what I'm doing, and this is the framework upon which it's all built. I'm not going to get into the granular details of how to set up your campaign in Facebook. There's other people that will do that better than I can, but what I can give you here that very few people can is the high-level strategy and way to think through this stuff, okay? Because the most important component of a successful campaign is going to be your ability to improve the messaging, the creative of the ad itself. Targeting is important, campaign structure obviously is key, but you'll find the biggest needle mover, the needle mover that's going to move the needle the most, that doesn't make sense, but whatever, you know what I'm saying, is going to be the messaging. So that's what I want to share with you here. So I call this the RAC method, and it stands for research, angle, and copy. So I call this the 3-step copywriting formula that turns strangers into clients. Copywriting is salesmanship in print. When you see a Facebook ad, we're basically looking at words on a screen. That's known as copy. The process of writing copy is called copywriting. Now, when you're putting a message in front of people on Facebook, it's very important that it is done with intention, and that means you have to select a single target market because your messaging becomes diluted if you try to help everyone. So if you've watched any number of my videos, I've probably said this, I don't even know, 1,000 times now, you have to start with a single target market, otherwise your business online is going to fail. And I don't want that to happen, so choose a single target market, okay? When you narrow down to a single target market, I'm talking about one specific type of person, okay, or a group of people who have one pain or problem or desire. So let's just use like new moms who want to lose the baby weight, okay? That's your target market. The messaging for those women is going to be very different than if they were looking to, if they were guys looking to pack on 20 pounds of muscle. You understand that, right? Like that's pretty self-explanatory. So the messaging is very important if you want your ads to work. You can't just like, hey, people in general, if you want like improved optimal wellness, like click here. That stuff doesn't work. So let's look at how we do this. So the RAC method stands for research, angle, and copy. So let's break this down. When it comes to research, what we're talking about is getting emotions and capturing language. And we have a whole process I'm not going to walk you through here because obviously that's what our paying clients get access to. That wouldn't be fair to them, right? What I mean by getting emotions is we have a process called the emotion inventory. And this is where you really get into your clients' minds to understand like what are they experiencing? What are the frustrations? What are the wants? At a very granular level. So someone who wants to lose weight, cool, awesome. Like what's the frustration there? Just think about this for a second. What is something that is keeping them up at night? What is top of mind? What's the thing they say to themselves when they look at themselves in the mirror, when they put on those pants that don't fit? What is that dialogue? That's what I'm talking about, like getting very specific in the mind of your prospect. The better you can do this, the more effective your ads become. Because if you can start an ad with the following sentence, something along the lines of, now again, this is not necessarily going to be Facebook compliant, but just stay with me for the purposes of this example. I used to hate what I saw in the mirror. I tried everything, yet when I went to put on my clothes, they still felt too small. ... If you start an ad like that, do you think that some other people might relate to that? Yeah. But remember, you're not making this story up. This is, again, in this sense, this is either like a client story or your story or something that's actually like truthful, but you're sharing your ad in the story fashion where people can connect with that and they feel understood by you. If people feel understood by you, they're more likely to listen to you because they think that you might have the solution. So getting emotions is very important. Capturing language is then about going deep into the research. And when I say like the research here is so important, and this is done once, this might take you 2 hours for the lifetime of your business. Like seriously, it's well worth doing this process. The research means, where can I get into the language patterns that my clients are using or my prospects are using? Well, there's a bunch of different ways. You can jump into forums, you can look at Facebook groups, you can look at Amazon reviews. You can see what people are talking about. You can see the very words they're using to describe their frustrations. And you document this. This becomes the kindling for your fire. And by fire, I mean your messaging. Now, without this stuff, without understanding who you're, hopefully you're understanding why you have to choose a single target market. If you choose just, I help people lose weight, I help improve people's health and fitness, you're done. Like, because you can't get into the emotions or capture the language of that broad of an audience. So the research is massively important. It's the first place you have to start. All great copywriting comes from great research. Ask any of the best copywriters on the planet. They'll tell you the most important piece of copywriting is research. You have to understand your prospects, and obviously you have to understand your product or your offer as well. Okay, second piece is now the angle. A lot of health and fitness experts have the difficulty of trying to stand out. They're like, well, there's so many other people that do what I do. How do I stand out? Well, part of that problem is selecting a single target market needs to be done in the first place. But how you stand out or how your messaging stands out comes from a lot of times the angle. And the angle is the unique spin you're putting on a message, because the thing we need to avoid with any marketing is what's called banner blindness. When someone, if you look at Instagram, right? Most people's stuff on Instagram looks very similar. And you see these reels now, they're just massively annoying, at least from my perspective. Next, just keep going. Again, that's just me, okay? But basically what I'm saying is when people see the same thing over and over again, even if it's from different people, they're like, next, right? They become blind to that. It's the same reason why we fast forward commercials on TV. It's like, oh, I've seen next, okay? So your angle needs to be something captivating that's going to invoke curiosity. How the image you use, the wording you start your ad with, because remember, most people, if they're on mobile, are only going to see the first 2 sentences of your Facebook ad. If they're on desktop, they might see, I think it's like 3 or 4, and then it's like see more. But that first real estate, that's got to be so powerful to invoke curiosity so the person stops and keeps reading. If they don't, they're gonzo. If you're using a video ad, it's the same idea. Those first 3 seconds of the video ad need to be very, very captivating, okay? So like me being on video like this, not the best way to start a Facebook ad. YouTube ad, a little bit, YouTube, it's a different platform, okay? But again, you can tell here, I'm not juggling balls. I'm not doing all sorts of like, here's my cool fancy jet. Like, I'm not doing stuff like that. But that stuff does work because it captivates people's attention and invokes curiosity. I'm not saying you should make stuff up, but we have to think creatively to get people to stop in their tracks, because the goal with all of your marketing is to capture attention and then to retain it. So you have to invoke curiosity by using a compelling image that's going to stand out, but doesn't look like an ad. It's just a native, neutral, natural image of like something you would take on your phone and post it on Facebook anyways. So that's the first piece is invoking curiosity. And that's like, okay, well, how am I going to start this? What's the angle? What's the way I can invoke this, get this thing started? For instance, we have an ad that is, the angle is one-on-one coaching obsolete? So the angle there is somewhat contrarian. A lot of people think one-on-one is the only way to coach. I think it's a complete waste of time. And so there's better ways of producing results for your clients. And so I'm starting the first sentence of my ad with something like, is one-on-one coaching obsolete? Question mark. And right away, that's going to get people, even without even reading the ad, they'll leave comments in the ad and be like, no, it's not obsolete. It's the way I do it. I'm like, great, awesome. Enjoy the burnout, right? Or it's going to stop people in their tracks to be like, let me read more. So that's the angle in that case. The second piece to the angle is appeal to the avatar. What that means is it has to be all about them. You can share a story, but it needs to be them who can see themselves through your story. And then the third piece is ensuring congruency. So ensuring congruency means what it is you're ultimately offering needs to be tied into the message of the ad. So if I wrote the ad, is one-on-one coaching obsolete, and then I was offering a free training on how to run an essential oils business like doTERRA, I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, they're completely not even on the same planet. However, if that was the ad and it ran into a webinar called The Perfect Client Pipeline, how to get clients and how to deliver to them without one-on-one coaching, now that's more congruent. By the way, if you want to watch that for free, just click the link below in the description. So that's congruence, okay? Very, very important, because if people click on your link in your ad and they land on a page that's like, what? Completely different from what they thought, you're going to have lower conversions, and therefore your ads are not going to work as effectively, which means you're going to be wasting your money. So that's the angle. Again, there's a lot more to cover on this, but I want to keep it relatively brief. Final piece is the copy, is the actual words that you type and put together. Okay, so research, angle, copy. When all three of these are dialed in, you have improved conversions. So in the copy, the formula that we use is called hook, story, offer. The hook is the first one or two sentences that hook them in, that stop them in their tracks and bring them in. The next piece is the story, and that's all about empathy and relating to that prospect. And then the third piece is the offer. What is the thing you want them to do? Is it to download a lead magnet, watch a webinar? It's got to have some type of compelling call to action for them where they see the benefit of doing so. And that becomes the foundation, the actual structure of your Facebook ad. Now, there's obviously a lot more depth to this. Like, there's a 18-point checklist for your Facebook ads, making sure all these things are hit. We have a whole Facebook ad compliance process. There's a whole, listen, I'm just, for the sake of time, I'm giving you the high level overview. But if you want to go deeper into this and actually learn how to use this in the context of getting clients for your health or fitness business online, then this is what we do every single day of the week. As I mentioned before, we have a great training called The Perfect Client Pipeline below in the description. Go ahead, click on it now and watch that today. If you'd like our help taking things to the next level so you can get faster results, bigger results, then we'd be delighted to help you as best we can as well. So that is how you make Facebook ads work for a health or fitness business. The one final thing I do want to finish with before I finish is understanding that health and fitness on Facebook, you have to know what not to do. Because if you don't, your ad account will get shut down. And that sucks, because then your business is massively compromised in terms of its ability to attract new business. So there are very specific things you cannot do. There's very specific words you should not use. And if you don't know what those are, you got to know what they are, okay? I'm very, very proud to say that very few of our clients, and we've worked with thousands of practitioners and coaches now, very few, I think less than 1% of them, 1.5% have had their Facebook ads account shut down, which is great. What's even more cool is the fact that when that has happened, all of them have had their ad accounts reinstated within about 48 hours with our help. Now, again, we're not an agency. We're a very high-touch coaching and training company. We don't do the work for them, but we show them how to navigate this whole thing so they can do so in a very effective way. Anyways, so that's the deal. Hope this makes sense. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this, we have tons of other videos on the channel here to help you grow your business. Remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss anything wherever that subscribe button is. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao. Hey, did you enjoy this episode? If so, I've got a great free training to help you get more clients and grow your virtual health practice or your coaching business, however you like to define it. I may have alluded to this before. It's called the Perfect Client Pipeline, and it's our proprietary 4-step process that will help you predictably and consistently get clients literally on demand 24/7. Now, I know I make it sound easy. Obviously, it's not, but it is simple. And I want to show you how it all works. If you're a health expert or a practitioner who knows you can be doing more in your business and you just want a better way to reach more clients without the grind, and by the grind, I mean posting on social media all day long or creating content no one sees, I understand it's exhausting. So click the link in the description below. Let me show you exactly the Perfect Client Pipeline, how it all works, and how it's been responsible for generating more than $100 million for our clients who are health experts just like you. Click the link below, and I'll see you there.